Feels like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days.
The mayor's all right. Always painting two rooms.
I'm proud to be helping the Freestar Rangers.
Might be hard work, but sure beats it.
You should try food buns, Pia. It's brewed in the city and it ain't bad.
Better this than being some dust wrangler.
Hey there, Deputy. New deputy, huh? Honor to have you.
What's the story on Montero Luna?
That call we got from Wagoner Farm turned out to be a little more interesting than I was expecting. Some men were trying to run the Wagoners off their land. They tried to buy it first, but when that didn't work, they turned to threats. We confronted them, and unfortunately, it came to violence. None of them survived.
You helped someone in need and came back alive. That's a job well done. For the time being, yes, but you could still be in danger. That's why we need to fill in some blanks. What did you make of these men who were trying to take the farm? If that's true, then someone must have hired them. Now, did you find anything that might give us a lead on why these men wanted the farm? Oak-Tech ships ain't exactly cheap. That thief could probably tell us a lot about these men you ran into.
There's something else. They were dressed in Freestar militia uniforms. The unit badge was yellow on black with the number 1. They also said something about being forgotten. They seemed bitter about it, resentful. Didn't you fight in the Colony War, Marshal? Any of that sound familiar?
The 1st Cavalry. I was in that unit for a while. But it was disbanded decades ago. After the Battle of Nera. What was left of it, anyway. The 1st Cavalry lost almost all their mechs and soldiers in a big push to take the United Colonies base. They were just about there when a ceasefire order came down. Both sides had just lost too much by then. It was a bloodbath. The commanding officer of the 1st disobeyed the order. He didn't want the lives of his soldiers to be sacrificed for nothing. They court-martialed him, and the rest of the surviving officers, and locked them all up. I suppose it ain't impossible, but it's real damn unlikely. The unit was pretty much wiped out, and the few that survived ended up in prison after a court-martial for disobeying orders. I don't recall how long the sentence was. The war between the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective? Worst conflict the settled systems has ever seen. Each side unleashed terrible weapons on the other, and countless people died. The armistice was signed 20 years ago, but a lot of folks still bear the scars. No, it doesn't. It just raises more questions. It's a good bet that starship thief can help us get some answers. The Hope Tech factory is in Hope Town on Polvo. Nia Kalu's our ranger stationed out there. She can introduce you to Ron Hope, the president of Hope Tech. He might be able to help you find the thief. Just make sure you stay on his good side. He's on the Council of Governors, and they're the ones we answer to. Good. The last thing I need is the Council breathing down my neck. This is your assignment now, Deputy. Work with the other Rangers. Find out what you can about those men on Montera Luna. Meantime, I'll look into a possible connection with the 1st Cavalry. Good hunting.
Nice.
Mayday! Mayday! This is Freestar Ranger Nia Kalu. If anyone is hearing this, system's failing. Need help. I repeat, need help. Welcome to Freestar Space. We're going to do a quick scan for contraband and you can be on your way. And that's it. You're cleared to land at Hopetown.
We have a clean clock, right on the money.
Please tell me you're here to help, not to try and steal my ship. You need my help. I'd laugh if it didn't hurt so much. I was tracking a crew of outlaws that's been preying on merchant ships. Bastards got the drop on me. I ran them off, but they got a few good hits in. As you can see, I ain't in much shape to make repairs. I'll be fine once the pain medication kicks in. The priority right now is the ship. Can't do my job without it. Just patch her up enough to get to Hopetown. The rest can get fixed up there. Thanks. I owe you one.
Time to roll up our sleeves.
Thanks. That should get me home. Good. There aren't many of us out there. So it makes all our lives easier when we can help each other out. Now let's talk about those outlaw ships. They were pretty beat up, so I don't think they got real far. But if they make it back to their hideout, I might never find them again. We can't let that happen. They look to be heading for Polvo's moon Miatha. Good hunting.
Fun as that was, it's good to be back. Got a minute to chat? Maybe a few minutes. Probably not hours, though. But no guarantees. I've been thinking a lot about my early days in Constellation lately. Got me pretty nostalgic, and I started digging in some old things. Just sort of reminiscing. I found some of Irvin's last messages to me and thought I'd listen to them again to hear his voice. It was surreal, honestly. So most of the messages were everyday things. Lots of excitedly written news about biodiversity and plant life. But one thing stood out. In one of his messages, he mentioned this job that he took at a mine shortly before he died. He said something terrible was happening there. But the message was garbled after that. True, but this was different. I recognized this pattern from the war. A portion of the message was encrypted. Well, Vasco helped me decipher it. Turns out the message was from Irvin, and he was begging me to help him. The message was short, but his voice was pained. He was so upset. yes. Hearing his voice in so much pain was very difficult. Oh, I wish I had noticed this message when he sent it. So in this message, Irvin said he was being framed. He said they'll do it again. He asked if Constellation could send more help. Not exactly sure, but he mentioned a court case. So I think there's a paper trail. His former employers had some job he took before he died. I think it was a mining company. It is, but I was thinking about it and, well, it's still wrong, right? So I figured, hey, I can do some sort of a remote investigation here, see what I can find out. There's gotta be a paper trail, right? Now, I happen to have a trustworthy contact who knows a bit about law and owes me a favor. I'd need to pay in advance in case there are any access fees or bribes. That works. I'll tell them to go ahead with the investigation. You know, hearing Irvin's voice again made me want to help him, even though I know I can't. Does that make any sense? I appreciate that. It's going to be hard to get some sleep tonight after all this. But the fact that I'm doing something about it might be enough to help. Hopefully poking around in old records doesn't catch the attention of Hephaestus. Well, anyway, I'll let you know if my contact finds anything.
Yeah? You look well.
Hey, what's going on?
We've detached. Let's get out of here.
us their weapons back.
Grab jump on shield. Hurry up, line.
airspace. Please hold your current speed and heading while we scan you for contraband. All right, that's it. Welcome to Hopetown.
Landing site docked. Take us in.
Excusez-moi. Let's see if I have space for that. Uh-huh.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Hardly believe it.
It's great to see you.
Excuse me. A little desperate here. This is such a long shot. All right, Adela. Deep breath. Oh, God. I'm just great. Grand, really. When I signed on to be a freight captain, I was expecting long hours and dull routes. And now I'm a hair away from being executed, or worse. Where to start? So, I fly a rust bucket called the Markab for a small shipping line. It just started, really. We do bulk shipping, boring stuff like actuators and seed stock and minerals. Have you ever had a standard, boring job just blow up in your face? You get it then. So I just got assigned to the Markab. The first shipment, slag steel. Nothing special. As soon as I left Neon and got scanned, things got crazy. Spacers, Freestar security, the works. Everyone demanding I power down, hand over the contraband, or sometimes just firing first. I skipped the system, ditched the cargo, and have been running ever since. It gets even worse. A tracker just landed, and I just know he's hunting a bounty. Me. But the trick is, everyone knows the ship. But my info isn't in the database yet. All they got is my last name, Fahim. So if you go into the pit stop and claim you're Captain Fahim of the Markab, maybe you can deal with the tracker? You are the best! This slate has everything they know about me. It's not much. He's the one with the cowboy hat. Just stay safe. Thank you.
Seems like Hopetown sprang up out of nowhere. But it is really hopping, isn't it?
You made it. Those outlaws didn't give you too much trouble, I trust? I'm sure they didn't want to die any more than you did. It's a pointless and stupid waste of life, but they brought it on themselves. You've got good timing. A courier just came in from Aquila. The Marshal sends his regards along with a briefing on your case. I was surprised as hell to learn about the starship theft. Nobody said a word to me about it. Anyway, Mr. Hope can see us whenever you're ready. If you need to take a little time first, feel free. Sure, I'll be right here when you want to head up.
We'd be dust, except for the factory.
Howdy. As dives go, this place ain't bad. I'm new in town. You look like you just got here too, right? What's your name, stranger? Might buy you a drink. Fahim, huh? Came in on that ship to Markup? I bet you didn't know it. But I'm a tracker. And I'm here for your bounty. Two ways this can go. You know the drill. So you didn't shoot your way off Neon, Fahim? The bounty is pretty damn clear. But something don't sit right with me. Not sure what. Maybe. Maybe not. That only works if I think you're innocent. That thing that smells might be you. I like to think so. It's not easy. But I don't kill people that don't need killing. I do my best. All right, I'm not taking you in. But that just means somebody else will. Whatever you were shipping, you got to return it. The next tracker probably won't be as upstanding as I am. Suit yourself. But you may want to re-up your life insurance policy. One more drink and it's liftoff.
I feel sick. Why did I ever take this job? Why? I feel like I can finally breathe again. Thank you. You think? I mean, of course they will. Oh, God. I don't mean to be ungrateful and all, but I really, really need to go. Thank you.
Just 2 more weeks and I'll finally have it.
Off-worlders. Nothing ever could.
How's it going? You ready to head upstairs? His office is upstairs. He's in a meeting, but it should be wrapping up. Come on.
We had to break up a scuffle with some engineers. The timetable's got everyone on edge.
Hope Tech is the everyday working person's ship.
I'm guessing the Marshal already told you this, but I'll say it anyway. Ron Hope isn't just the founder and president of Hope Tech. He's on the Council of Governors. The Council oversees the Freestar Rangers. spent a long time trying to build a good relationship with Hope. He comes on a little strong, but there's a lot to admire about the man. Everything you see around you, he built. Pretty much everyone in this town owes him for their livelihood. Can't begin to imagine the kind of pressure that must put on someone. All I'm saying is, try to show a little respect. All the way up. Is it just me, or does every executive in the settled systems have an office on the top floor? I guess being above everyone makes them feel like they're, well, above everyone.
Guess I could offer a few shares. It'll put its total pretty high, but I think it's a worthwhile trade. As for parts, we could try outsourcing. Do a contract with scavengers, maybe, but that's a decision that's gotta be made upstairs.
Talk to Elaine about the scavengers. It's not a bad idea, provided we get a good deal. And I don't mean a fair deal. I mean a good deal. Remember, it's not just our bottom line that matters. We're also responsible for the welfare of everyone in the factory. We look out for our people here, Merchant. That's a point of great personal pride.
Excuse me, Mr. Hope?
Well now, the Freestar Rangers. At last! Dan, good to see you again. I think we're done here, Burgett.
Yes, sir.
This is the deputy I told you about.
Splendid. Splendid! It's a noble calling, being a Freestar Ranger. We certainly could use more of you. Let's get down to it, shall we? Time is money. I'm sure I don't have to tell you what an outrage it is to have a ship stolen right out of the factory. Justice must be done, and the sooner the better. That's good news. I'll send my people over to bring it home. Of course, that doesn't mean your work is done. I want the thief found and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I'm sure I don't need to remind you of my position on the Council of Governors. Then, I trust that you know what I expect of you. Now, tell me that you've at least got a lead of some kind. Though what happened after the ship was taken doesn't concern me. What does concern me is making sure that this doesn't happen again. Well, I'm not sure I can be much help, but I'll answer whatever questions I can. Because I told them not to. If word got out, it would do irreparable harm to our image. I'm in fierce competition with other starship manufacturers. Any sign of weakness could be fatal. What's more, every starship thief in the settled systems would likely flock to Hopetown and start planning the next heist. What? Nonsense! We vet our people thoroughly here. HopeTech holds its employees to the very highest standards. Nevertheless, I suppose I could have Cosette conduct a thorough personnel review. Rest assured, if we turn up any evidence that one of our people was an accomplice, I'll let you know. We questioned everyone who was in the building when it happened, and not one person seems to have seen anything at all. Frankly, I think that's both highly unlikely and more than a little suspicious. However, I can't deny there are times when the hangar is empty, so it's not inconceivable the thief could have slipped in unseen. No, nothing at all. It was just a standard Hope Tech cargo hauler. Not that it didn't have great value, mind you. Hope Tech builds some of the most durable and reliable starships in the settled systems. Now, you can bet my ships last twice as long as anything Stroud Eklund makes. Very well. I need you to understand something, Deputy. This town is home to men, women, and children who depend on Hope Tech for a living. I provide jobs that put food on their tables and a roof over their heads. It's a responsibility that I take very seriously. If word gets out about the stolen ship, my investors will lose trust, and my workers will pay the price. I can't allow that.
No way I'd want to be in your shoes, Mr. Hope. Having all those people depending on me, I don't think I'd sleep at night.
I'd be lying if I said I hadn't suffered my share of sleepless nights. The thought of seeing these people go hungry as well, it's more than I can bear. I hope so.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Hope. There's been a development.
Not now, Cosette. I'm in the middle of something.
But, sir, we have new information. I've just received a report that the stolen ship was seen landing at Neon just after the theft.
A breakthrough at last. Well, Deputy, it sounds like you'll be heading to Neon, which means I can get back to work. Remember what we discussed. My people are depending on you.
Hey, can I get a word? That wasn't as helpful as it could have been. Still, at least you know where to pick up the trail. Let's hope. So, guess you're headed for Neon. There's a ranger stationed there. Name's Jalen Price. He's a little different than the rest of us. But Neon's a different kind of place. Well, we could talk for an hour about that. The short version would be that crime, law, and justice don't exactly mean the same things there. The badge doesn't carry the same weight on Neon, so you might have to get creative. He's what I'd call a pragmatist. He sees things for what they are. He's also well-connected, which means a lot on Neon. You should listen to what he tells you. It'll keep you out of trouble. He should be able to help you out. Well, we've both got work to do. It was good to meet you, Deputy. Thanks again for helping me out up there. Yeah, the question of who helped the Starship thief is still an open one. Don't you worry. I'll keep an ear to the ground. You be careful in Neon.
If you wait
There's a coffee machine right next to my desk.
Just keep it holstered. We'll get along fine.
Alright, so hey, this is Big Movie Gamer. So I'm starting to enjoy this game a lot. It has taken me a while to get to a point where I like to get to, and that is uh waking up and not being able to wait to play. One of the things that I have trouble uh since the beginning is doing these space battles. I'm playing on very hard, so it's kind of hard to it's a hard adjustments because you can't you're not I have to I don't have enough money to buy a better a better ship. I How much money do I have right now? I have I can't tell right now. Wait. Okay, I have maybe I do now. I have over 132,000 credits. So I'll see if I can get I'm going to try to defeat them to close out this actually, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and do it next time. I'm gonna open up with the battle against them, and yeah, I'm like I said, I'm enjoying this game. It's been fun. I just had to defeat the spacer. I'm still. This is like one of the earlier. I'm not really sure where this game is. Like, it's great. It's great, but it doesn't like it does tell you what level you should be to attack, and like the spacers here, like the ships, their levels are so sporadic. It's so weird. There's some that are like level 12, and then there's some that are like, level 4. And you would think the level 4 would be easy, but if they have shields, they take a little while, and then, so I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I'm having a good time right now. Gonna go try to defeat them. I am playing on very hard, so that may be the issue. I am going through another thing right now. These whole past few years has been really very difficult. But I'm trying to get it together. And I was getting better. I was starting to improve, and then something else happened to my health, and it's just kind of like I don't I try to share what I can. I just don't, I'm not it's just some things going on with me mentally and physically. Well, okay, so lately I got Bell's palsy, and it's affecting so half of my face is kind of paralyzed right now, and hopefully I can recover. I have a good chance of recovering. I'm in my 30s, so I just had a lot of stress and a lot of situations happening, especially with family members. I don't want to really get into it, but yeah. So I am just playing has been really. That's why I've been uploading sporadically. Well, one thing is that my internet is kind of acting up, and I don't know why it's acting up, but it is. I hope you guys can hear me well. I'm trying to. I got a new microphone, and I'm trying to just trying to get things together because I really want to get more into YouTube. I was doing well for a while there, and now I lost some viewers. Not really sure what that's about. Probably the games or whatever. I don't think there's a whole lot of interest in Starfield as in watching, and that's probably because majority of people are PC or PlayStation, and I'm PlayStation, but I got an Xbox and I wanted to um, play this game, and I'm really having fun. I can call this game because I heard that like right before this was announced for the PC, and it's making me think of getting a PC version. Because I had the Xbox version. Is that when I was playing this game, I felt like I was playing Star Wars for a second. I felt like I was playing Star Wars, like a real game, like Star Wars game in which. And I know people are like, well, this is more exploration, so wouldn't it be more like Star Trek? And I'm like, yeah, I guess I get a feeling between the two, the action of Star Wars and except the blaster action, not the because there's no phasers in this game. There's just blasters, and and the uh, and the exploration of Star Trek, kind of like a mixture. And then they announced that there's going to be probably a Star Wars mod for the PC version, in which you could actually play, and there'll be characters and stuff. That'll be fun. I don't know exactly. I'm just speculating, but that would be fun. But anyways, so we're gonna try to defeat the Spacers in Alter 1. I defeated the Spacers in Alter 5 by the bare skin. Just it was really hard, but I got him. I don't know. I'm having trouble with the space because I can't really move really fast. I need a faster ship. I need a better ship, but I don't know. Anyways, hope everyone's doing well. I hope I can get over a lot of stuff. I still have a wound, and that's keeps me not able to sit very, very long. But I am able to sit longer than I have been in the past, so that's good. And yeah, just trying to get things done, and I hope everyone's doing well. All right, take care. See ya.